Hey, good morning. Let's have a cup of coffee together and talk some science. I like to collect things, especially old medicine bottles. And here's one. Goes back, about 100 years. And if you look at the list of ingredients on this bottle, you can discern what there is in there. There's some strychnine and there's also some quinine, along with some phosphate salts. And on the front, we'll tell you what this is good for. Nervous exhaustion, whatever that may be. I'm not sure. But in any case, I don't think this is a remedy for it. They even tell you that this is especially appropriate with the exhaustion that comes in the summer months. Well, I think we can relegate this to the large garbage pile of history. But talking about bottles, we certainly have concerns about these bottles. They're made of polyester, and as we know, although they can be recycled, many of them are not, and it just adds to the pollution of plastic in our environment. But what if we could change this into something that is usable? Well, there's no question that polyester can be broken down into its basic building blocks with enzymes, and then those can be used to reformulate new polyester, sort of a recycling, but it still means that we're making plastic. The real benefit would be if we could turn the plastic into some other usable material that does not pollute. For example, vanillin. That's the flavor of vanilla. It's the most popular ice cream flavor, and of course, vanilla is used in all kinds of baking and scented products, etc. Well, we have some very interesting evidence here. We have a new study out in green chemistry about the possibility of using enzymes to convert the bottles into vanillin. So first, there are enzymes that are used to break the polyester down into terephthalic acid, which is one of the components of the plastic, and then using engineered bacteria, E. coli. Now, E. coli, of course, we've heard of. These are the ones that are found in our gut and sometimes make us sick. But you can also genetically modify them so that they produce enzymes that will convert the terephthalic acid into vanillin. This is, of course, at a very early stage, but nevertheless, it is an interesting idea of how we may be able to convert the plastic bottles into something that is useful, such as vanilla flavoring. Of course, when it comes to eating ice cream, we know that this is sort of a luxury item because it contains a lot of sugar, it contains a lot of fat, and we don't want to eat too much of it. In fact, we don't want to eat too much of anything because weight control is a real issue, and in North America, as we know, there are a lot of people who are overweight. What can we do about trying to cut down the appetite, consuming less food at a meal? Well, here we have some interesting science as well. Some research that shows that if we eat certain foods before a meal, it will cut down on the total number of calories consumed during the meal. Like what? Like apples. It turns out that when you eat an apple about 15 minutes before a meal, you will cut down the calories consumed during that meal by about 15%. That's not insignificant. Of course, there's nothing magical about apples. Anything that has a lot of water, a lot of fiber that will fill you up will do the same thing. So having a salad before the meal will also work. So there you go, some interesting scientific news that has come across my desk, and you never know what comes up every day. We've gone all the way from the silliness of using strychnine and quinine to quiet ourselves and to cure nervous exhaustion. Of course, if you use enough strychnine, you'll quiet your nervous exhaustion. All right, you'll do that permanently. But we've come all the way from there to eating apples to cut down on the calories consumed during a meal. All right, so that's our morning cup of coffee. Enjoy the rest of the day.